This diet naturally prevents muscle loss after age 60. It has more protein than eggs. What if I told you that there is a simple, underappreciated item that is easily accessible, reasonably priced, and actually contains more high-quality, muscle-preserving protein than an egg? This one food could help significantly slow down or even reverse age-related muscle loss, which subtly begins in our 30s. Sarcopenia, the gradual, quiet loss of muscle, is a warning sign for more serious issues, including slowed metabolism, chronic inflammation, blood sugar imbalance, and even accelerated cognitive decline. However, the majority of people are unaware of how essential maintaining lean muscle mass is to their health, strength, and independence. If you're not getting the correct protein in the right form at the right time, you may be doing everything right, going to the gym, eating healthily, getting enough sleep, and still losing muscle each year. Today's discovery, a straightforward food higher in leucine than eggs, has been shown to trigger the potent mTOR pathway for muscle growth and repair. No, it's not a powder or a fad supplement, it's actual food. By the end of this episode, you'll have a well-defined, scientifically supported plan for maintaining your strength, enhancing your cognitive abilities, and maintaining your independence well into your 70s and beyond just by using dietary adjustments, time management, and a few simple daily habits. When most people are asked to name a high-protein food, they'll say eggs. And for good reason. They're cheap, nutrient-dense, bioavailable, and almost ideal, each egg containing about 6 grams of high-quality protein, full of essential amino acids. But surprisingly, cottage cheese is even more effective at promoting nighttime muscle maintenance and has a higher protein content per serving. A standard 1 to 2 cup portion of low-fat cottage cheese contains about 14 grams of protein, more than 2 eggs. Most of it is casein, a slow-digesting protein. This gradual absorption is important. When you sleep, your body enters a natural fasting state, often 8 to 10 hours without food between dinner and breakfast. Without a steady supply of amino acids during that time, your body may start breaking down muscle tissue to meet its needs, especially if you're over 30. When sarcopenia accelerates, casein protein digests slowly and releases amino acids into the bloodstream for up to 7 hours. This makes cottage cheese a powerful nighttime food. It delivers a continuous flow of nutrients to your muscles as you sleep, increasing protein synthesis and reducing muscle breakdown. Eggs, by contrast, are absorbed much faster. That's great after a workout, but less effective for overnight recovery. Participants in a 2012 study who consumed 40 grams of casein protein before bed had significantly more nighttime muscle protein synthesis than those who didn't. A 2019 study in nutrients also confirmed that pre-bed protein enhances muscle mass and strength in older adults. Cottage cheese is more than a snack, it's a time management tool for muscle repair. Eat 1/2 to 1 cup of low-fat cottage cheese 30 to 60 minutes before bed for added taste and nutrients. Mix in cinnamon, a few walnuts, or a teaspoon of honey. What if you're lactose intolerant? Many cottage cheese brands are now lactose-free. Alternatively, casein protein isolate offers similar benefits. The key is leucine, a slow-digesting amino acid that keeps your muscles nourished through the night. It's not just about how much protein you eat, it's about the type and timing. Cottage cheese fits your body's natural protein turnover and digestion rhythms. Leucine, a branched-chain amino acid BCAA, is one of the most powerful triggers for muscle protein synthesis. You need about 2.5 to 3 grams of leucine per meal to activate mTOR, the body's key switch for muscle growth. 1 cup of low-fat cottage cheese contains about 2.6 grams of leucine, enough to kickstart this process, even if your total protein intake is the same. Leucine-rich meals increase muscle protein synthesis by up to 25% compared to lower leucine meals. A 2011 clinical nutrition study found that leucine supplementation alone increased muscle mass and strength in older adults even without changing their exercise habits. So quality matters more than quantity. A bowl of cottage cheese before bed could benefit your muscles more than a bigger, lower leucine meal. Leucine protocol goal: 2.5 to 3 grams of leucine per meal, equivalent to 1 cup of cottage cheese, 5 ounces of chicken breast to 0.5 scoops of most whey. Protein powder seat 3 to 4 protein-rich meals daily. Maintaining muscle is about more than strength, it's connected to insulin sensitivity, brain-derived neurotrophic factor BDNF, inflammation, and even mental health. Older adults with low muscle mass are at greater risk for depression and cognitive decline. Boosting mTOR activity helps not only movement, but also mood and mental clarity. As we age, our mTOR activity decreases. This is why older adults need more protein and leucine per meal to trigger the same muscle-building effect. So no, you don't need to eat like a 25-year-old. You need to eat for your age and biology. Protein doesn't build muscle on its own. The type and timing matter most, and the most important signal is leucine. Many people believe that muscle loss comes only from aging or inactivity, but the real cause is often poorly timed protein intake. This contributes to sarcopenia, the gradual loss of muscle with age. Your body runs on a clock. Your circadian rhythm controls everything from energy and sleep to how well your body uses nutrients. Muscle protein synthesis (MPS) is dynamic. It spikes in the morning after resistance training and overnight with the right protein. If you skip or mistime your protein, your body can enter a net breakdown state even if you're eating well otherwise. Most people consume very little protein in the morning and most of it at dinner, compared to distributing protein evenly throughout 3 to 4 meals a day. This unequal distribution eventually results in reduced total muscle protein synthesis. According to a 2020 review published in the Journal of Nutrition, research has indicated that eating protein just before bed, particularly slow-digesting proteins like casein, can greatly improve muscle regeneration overnight. This is due to the fact that sleep is a critical period for memory consolidation, tissue regeneration, and growth hormone release. Your body cannot carry out these tasks effectively if it is deficient in amino acids. During that time, pre-sleep protein intake has been shown to boost strength gains over 12 weeks of training and increase overnight muscle protein synthesis (MPS) by 20% in older individuals, even when overall daily protein consumption remained the same. People who took 30 to 40 grams of casein protein before bed gained more lean mass than those who did not, according to another study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition. A simple approach to protein distribution is to consume 20 to 40 grams of protein at breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Include a protein meal before bed such as a 30g casein smoothie or 1 cup of cottage cheese. Eat meals high in protein within an hour of waking up and within 2 hours after working out. Protein becomes even more potent if you train in the evening because it coincides with your body's natural recovery cycles during sleep and increases muscle repair signaling. Consuming a balanced protein diet also helps maintain dopamine production, lowers blood sugar spikes, and prolongs mental clarity. This is how we transition from eating at random to strategically nourishing ourselves, from simply responding to hunger to aligning with our biology. Strength is developed not only in the gym, but also in the kitchen and safeguarded while you sleep. It's not a metaphor. Neurobiology tells us that muscle is the brain's medicine. In addition to aiding in movement, skeletal muscle is metabolically active tissue that affects hormone balance, blood sugar regulation, and even brain plasticity. When you contract your muscles through walking, resistance training, or even isometric stress, your body releases molecules known as myokines. These tiny signaling proteins move through the bloodstream and connect to your brain and other organs. Studies have demonstrated that irisin, one of the most potent myokines, stimulates the brain's neurotrophic factor BDNF, a molecule crucial for the development of new neurons and synapses. BDNF is released during physical activity and is often called the brain's fertilizer, essential for memory, learning, and emotional control. Therefore, maintaining lean muscle, especially through movement and a high-protein diet, not only increases strength but also boosts resilience, mental clarity, and emotional stability, regardless of physical activity. Research in the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology and Metabolism revealed that older adults with lower muscle mass had significantly higher levels of depressive symptoms, even after controlling for lifestyle and cardiovascular factors. A different study published in Neurology in 2020 revealed that larger midlife muscle mass was associated with a lower risk of dementia later in life. Additionally, muscle increases insulin sensitivity, reducing blood glucose spikes and crashes that can lead to fatigue, mood swings, and brain fog. Chronic low-grade inflammation or inflammaging is one of the main causes of age-related cognitive decline. Resistance training and sufficient protein, especially from leucine-rich foods like cottage cheese, have been shown to reduce inflammation. Indicators such as CRP and IL-6. Here's how to maintain muscular and cognitive health. Eat protein-rich meals at regular intervals throughout the day, including before bed. Engage in strength training 2 to 4 times a week, even with resistance bands or bodyweight exercises. Take 7,000 to 10,000 steps per day to encourage ongoing myokine release. Prioritize sleep and hydration, as they are essential for both cognitive function and muscle repair. Not all proteins are equal. They vary not just in amino acid composition, but also in how quickly they digest. This matters more than most people realize. The rate at which amino acids enter the bloodstream can determine whether your muscles break down or repair, especially during fasting periods like sleep or long workdays. Whey and eggs are fast-digesting proteins that rapidly raise amino acid levels, making them perfect for post-workout recovery. Casein, the main protein in cottage cheese, is a slow-digesting protein that releases amino acids gradually over 6 to 8 hours, offering a consistent anabolic effect. A key 1997 study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition compared casein and whey. It showed that casein produced a moderate but prolonged elevation in plasma amino acids, greatly reducing protein breakdown. In contrast, whey caused a quick but short-lived spike. Your body goes 7 to 10 hours without external energy while you sleep. If you don't consume slow amino acids before bed, especially if your daily leucine or protein intake is low, your body may start breaking down muscle tissue. The same applies to skipped meals, intermittent fasting, or high stress, which increases cortisol and leads to muscle atrophy. Slow-digesting proteins act as a buffer in all these situations, preserving muscle and reducing breakdown. Here's your daily digestion and protein strategy for maintaining muscle mass. Use fast-digesting proteins like chicken or eggs in the morning or just after working out. Use slow-digesting proteins like Greek yogurt or cottage cheese before bed or during extended fasting to further slow absorption and improve satiety. Combine slow proteins with a little fat or fiber. If your last meal is at 7 p.m. and you don't eat again until 9 a.m., that's a 14-hour fast. Your muscles are at risk during this window even if your total daily protein is sufficient, unless you supplement with slow-digesting proteins in the evening. That's why having a 30g casein shake or a cup of cottage cheese before bed is a potent, science-backed strategy. By the time we're in our 30s, we start gradually losing muscle 3 to 8% every 10 years, and this accelerates after age 60. This muscle loss, or sarcopenia, is more than just looking older. It leads to decreased strength, higher risk of injury, worse metabolic health, and even cognitive decline. But here's the good news: you can reverse this trend with a precise daily strategy, grounded in biology, not extreme workouts or fad supplements. The strength protocol for the day: eat 3 to 4 meals per day, with 30 to 40 grams of protein in each. Focus on leucine-rich, complete proteins: eggs, poultry, fish, cottage cheese, Greek yogurt, or whey. Consume a slow-digesting protein like 30g of casein or 1 cup of cottage cheese 30 to 60 minutes before bed. Meals should be optimized with leucine. Aim for a minimum of 2.5 to 3 grams of leucine per meal. For example, 5 ounces of chicken breast, 1 cup of low-fat cottage cheese, or 2.5 scoops of whey protein should be included in every meal. Training with resistance: lift weights, use resistance bands, or perform bodyweight workouts 3 to 4 times a week. Pay attention to compound motions. Prioritize consistency over intensity when training. Go until you're almost exhausted. Everyday motion. Take 7,000 to 10,000 steps a day. Or try to get in 30 minutes of moderate exercise. Short bursts of intensity, such as hill hikes or stair climbs, are optional but beneficial. Optimizing sleep. Aim for 7 to 9 hours of sleep. Begin winding down 60 minutes before bedtime in low light. If you have trouble falling asleep, try breath work or magnesium glycinate. Establish regular wake and sleep times. Steer clear of muscle saboteurs. Reduce your intake of alcohol, highly processed foods, and long periods of inactivity if you want to preserve your muscles. Don't rely too much on cardio. Balance is key. Decrease prolonged stress. The goal of this protocol is alignment, not perfection. You don't need to train like an athlete or obsess over macros, but you do need to give your body the right signals and resources to develop and preserve your muscles. Muscles are the foundation of your independence. They're what lift you off a chair, keep your joints stable, sharpen your mind, and sustain your energy and vitality as you age. You lose muscle not because you're getting older, but because you stop giving your body what it needs to maintain it. You have the power to change that. We started this journey with a simple idea that a food exists which can help you combat muscle loss quickly and contains more protein than eggs. But we discovered something much more powerful. We explored how to retain your strength, mobility, and clarity of mind as you age, not just through protein, but through smart, science-backed strategies. Cottage cheese is not just a food, it's a tool. It's rich in slow-digesting casein and higher in protein than eggs, making it ideal to fuel your muscles overnight. Leucine is the key. It triggers the mTOR pathway, which activates muscle growth. Without enough leucine at each meal, your muscle repair system stays dormant. It's all about timing. Protein works best when spaced out throughout the day. If you found this video helpful, please click the like button. It really supports the channel. Make sure to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss future videos. Leave a comment below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. See you in the next video.